Hello, folks. It's us, the Gaming
Hello.
Stooges.
Hi, the Gaming Stooges.
Hi. You might notice something weird. That's a web browser right above us.
Yeah. It's my web browser.
It is
This isn't
Cloud's
my
web
cursor.
browser.
Which
So,
which way am I pointing?
just point up. That's the web
Oh.
browser. There you go. Good job. So we, as the video title probably gives it away, we're going to be building characters for Pathfinder 2e because we have a Patreon exclusive video coming up where we're going to play through the beginner box for 2e for Pathfinder. And so we decided we're going to promote that video. Go subscribe to our Patreon, the $6 tier. You'll be able to get all of our exclusive content, including the upcoming video, but also Tales from the Collection, Volume 1,
Volume 1?
and a couple, we have a couple tier
Tier
lists
list.
already out. More content's coming out. Subscribe to
With
that.
spicy hot takes in those.
Yes, you can help support our um, podcast and, the rest of the channel. So we've got Cloud and Jack are here, and we're going to be building their PCs for the battle box, the beginner's box. I keep calling it a battle box. It's not that. Um, Now, Cloud already decided on sort of his class. He wanted to do something with swords and magic, and to
Oh, I
like,
already switched to Magus.
yeah. So he's playing as a magus.
I don't even
Jack.
remember what the default said before, but yeah.
The default is like fighter, I think. Um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Oh, by the way,
Also, I
real quick, we are using halfbuilder2e.com for
so if we yeah,
our stuff.
if we keep saying Pathfinder,
Well,
just
that's the game.
work with us. Yeah.
But
I do want to mention just real quick. If you're watching this on YouTube, you may have seen we had like previous things where we did like D&D streams way back, and we never finished those D&D streams. Yeah, because Justin he hasn't been able to join like
yeah.
anything for a consistent period, so
Okay.
we just kind of drop it. So we're coming back to something a lot more easy and quick.
So we're gonna switch over to Cloud or from Cloud to Jack real quick. This is gonna be super fun. It's gonna look real bad. All right.
Oh yeah.
Jack, what kind of idea do you have for a character? Do you have any idea?
At the moment, no.
Okay, so let's start with the way that Pathfinder 2e like really works is it's cut into I really need to have this on a different screen. Okay, so the way Pathfinder really builds a character out is three segments. You have your ancestry, which is a way better term than calling it race, or species. I feel. Um, you have your
No, I
back.
think that makes more sense because it's like it's more inclusive because there's
Exactly.
different factors.
Exactly. So you have your ancestry, you have your background, you have your class. So let's go ahead, just click on ancestry for me. Is that what you're under?
Yes.
Okay. So there are a ton of ancestries if you go to all ancestries. Um like a lot.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. Okay.
For both of you, it is fine if we just stick to the commons, which would be dwarf, elf, gnome, goblin, halfling, or human. Those are the
You
six
be a you
commons.
can you can be a skeleton though.
If you really want to be a skeleton, go for it.
That's okay. No, it'd be perfect for Jack though.
Yeah, like
It would be
honestly,
literally perfect.
I have
Be a
been
spooky skeleton, Jack.
listening, and this is for October. This is going up for October.
Exactly.
This is our
All right,
October.
fuck it. I'm
So
a
if
skeleton.
you're a skeleton, it's fine.
Yeah.
I have also been listening to a mini campaign that features a skeleton, like PC, so I know enough about the skeleton to like run with it. So
Hmm.
yeah, if you want to go skeleton, let's do it.
I kind of want to do android.
Okay.
A robot and a skeleton.
I'm gonna switch over to Cloud real quick. And can you tell me about
Jeez, there's a
Android?
bunch of details for mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it's it's got the same thing as human for the few of the starting stats. You got 8 hit points, medium size, 25 speed, and then getting into like some more of the specific stuff, we got ability boosts in dexterity, intelligence, and free ability flaw and charisma. That makes sense. Languages, a bunch of them. Oh no, well, two, and then there's a bunch of details on extra stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Additional languages equal to your intelligence modifier if it's positive. Choose from Abyssal, Celestial, Draconic, Dwarven, Undercommon, Utopian, and other languages into which you have access, such as the languages prevalent in your region. Emotionally unaware, you find it difficult to understand and express complex emotions. You take a -1 circumstance penalty to diplomacy and performance checks, and on perception checks to sense motive. Constructed, your synthetic body resists status ailments better than those of purely biological organisms. That's pretty cool. I like
Mm-hmm.
that. A little bit of resistance to poison and stuff like that. And low light vision, a creature with low light vision can see in dim light as though it were bright light. Oh, sick. So, like, if we had like to go to dark places, I'm just like, yeah, I can see everything fine.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
I
So
like that.
if you want to go with that, go for it. And then Jack,
Um,
we're gonna switch back over to you.
because, as we know, it's fitting for my character because I have no charisma.
Can you go back to the ancestry? Click on just
Yeah,
read through the skeleton for us. I guess your biggest thing is undeath,
good
which
band.
yes, great band.
You have basic undead benefits are found on page 44, including low light vision. For your undead hunger, you don't eat flesh like ghouls or drink blood like vampires, but you do collect bones you can use to help yourself mend.
Yeah, so you could literally go
Amazing.
grave robbing, steal bones, and like keep them in a bag,
Awesome.
and like use those to fix yourself when you're low on
This is
HP.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's why I wanted to flip back over there. Cool. So you guys have those set. Let us go. I want to go to class real quick because I want to see what Jack is thinking. Now, I will be rolling up an NPC unit to just help with it because the beginner box is set for a team of 3 to 4. I'm just gonna make them fit whatever roles you guys don't fit. So there is
Cool.
a lot of classes. The core classes are sort of your like very generic ones um for that. Cloud is playing a magus, which is both a like weapon and a spellcaster. uh Kind of combined, they can combine their magic into their weapon. So Cloud is going to play probably the role of just damage, gonna be your damage person. Is any classes screaming out to you, Jack?
I'm torn between two
What are we thinking?
because they would both be really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Bard and Gunslinger.
So I will say the biggest thing is I believe. Oh no, you have an ability boost to charisma already.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So a bard would be
Um,
pretty cool.
all right, we're going with Bard.
Cool. Jack is going to run the role of buffer and maybe a healer. So we've got a skeleton bard. Now
Hell
let's
yeah.
go. Let's go to background. So the way they do backgrounds is they will have ones that are specific to different campaigns. That way, your character like will fit a little bit more into the story, have a little bit more like knowledge relevance, or like get an ability boost that is more relevant to that adventure. So Deckhand, I think, is the one for the beginner box. We don't have to use that one. If you guys want to. I will say for Jack, I really like the idea of grave robber.
I also enjoy that.
Okay. Do you
Oh, emissary seems like a
emissary? Let's take a look
yeah.
at
It's
that one.
as a diplomat or messenger, you travel to lands far and wide, communicating with new people and forming alliances where you stock and trade. Choose 2 ability boosts. One must be to intelligence or charisma, so intelligence, and the
Mm-hmm.
other is a free ability. You're trained in society skill and a lore skill related to the one city you visited often. You gain the multilingual skill feat.
So if you want to go emissary and then have your lore of the city be your be that, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me switch over to
So
you real quick.
let me see.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So grave robber sounds good,
Mm-hmm.
but hear me out.
Yeah.
Musical prodigy or gambler.
Okay, let's take a look at musical prodigy. Ever since you were young, you've been almost supernaturally skilled in a particular type of music. People
He is a
around,
skeleton.
yeah, the people around you were sure you'd grow up to perform at royal courts or to become a world famous composer, but you've chosen a life of adventure instead. You might have given up on those dreams to find your own meaning, or you might find that your adventuring allows you to experience unfiltered emotions and exploits that you can translate into a wondrous symphony someday. You get to choose two ability boosts. One must be either dexterity or charisma. Those would be really good. And then you also get a free ability boost. You're trained in performance and music lore, which would both be really good as a bard. And then you
Mhm.
gain the I think that's a good skill feat as well that you get there.
Okay, now what if my character is going on this quest because he wants material for like a death metal album?
That works. So one thing I will say, I mean, I'm down with that if that's like your idea for the character. A lot of times the way the skeleton becomes undead is a necromancer has like reanimated them and like
Hmm.
used them for some time, and then they become aware of their undead. They might not remember their past life, so that is
Hmm.
something. But they have like
Okay.
like innate abilities from their past life. And so maybe you just, you wake up one day and you like are feeling that you want to like, yeah, write death metal.
Perfect.
I mean, so if you want to go
Even if
mute,
even if in this skeleton's past life he had no idea what death metal was, it's time now.
maybe his trip to hell or something caused that. Okay. So yeah, if you want to go musical prodigy, go ahead, click that.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so let's go switch back over to Cloud. Cloud, what have you been playing with?
I'm playing with the stat boost modifier choices that I have based on my ancestry background and classes. I'm just
Perfect.
trying to tinker with the stats to see what I like looking at. I'm torn between just going with the default that it gave me, which is I have strength from each one, so my strength is like +3, or I could like take one of the strengths away to give a little to like constitution for an extra hit point or something, but I'm not sure.
So for your first, for your standard ability section, you went strength. Is that what you said?
These were the defaults, so I haven't changed them off the defaults, but it gave me uh the ancestry
Okay.
boost. I have these choices, and it defaulted to strength. Background boosts. I have intelligence, which I'm going to stick with because why would I do charisma?
Yeah.
And then the other one's a free choice. It started as strength because it's the highest one,
Yep.
and then class boost was between those two to do that. So
So you can make your character a strength-based character for fighting, or you can do it for dexterity, and that just changes what kind of weapons you use.
right.
And then yeah, having intelligence as your is going to be your like main stat for casting basically.
Oh, I forgot. I have free boosts that I can also put in. So even if I can't choose based on those, I forgot I have 4 points of free boosts as well. Oh, okay, the free boosts have to be separate stats. You can't double up on them.
You're figuring out your free boosts.
Yeah, I realized that I had free boost. It doesn't let you double points in any particular stat, so I'm just going to go with the three that are most important, and then the one remaining probably Constitution for an extra hit point.
I would say
Although I like
Constitution. So
because I don't need Wisdom, right?
wisdom does affect like perception.
Yeah. Okay.
And perception is usually what they go based off of for your initiative rolls.
I like the idea of more hit points, but I feel like I'm already my ancestry already pushes me to want to be able to perceive things better. So I think that's probably. Oh yeah, that gave me an extra AC. So fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to switch back over to Jack. Jack, your mug is actually the thing that we're looking at the most now. So we're looking at your ability boosts, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what have you been thinking about for your ability
Ooh,
boosts? So your big stuff is going to be dexterity and charisma.
yeah.
You get an automatic bump from your class for charisma. And then you get a choice for standard ability selection of either strength, constitution, intelligence, or wisdom. And then you get a background boost of either dexterity or charisma, and then you get a free one of another stat. And then you get more free ones as well. So I would say I would focus first and foremost on dexterity and charisma,
Mhm.
and then like I was saying to Cloud, look into constitution and wisdom. Since you are a bard,
That's
you don't
fair.
need strength as much.
I'm not sure what I'm feeling, but I do have, I don't know, +3 in dexterity and charisma, +2 in constitution, +1 in wisdom, and then neutral intelligence and strength.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Go ahead, hit that finish button. And then yeah, go ahead and switch over to skill training. Because this is where you get some extra boosts. Cloud, did you go
Ooh,
straight into buying
I
armor and
bought a
stuff?
bast. Oh, I did not. I bought a bastard sword. I should probably get into the armor as well.
Well, no. Have you started skill training at all?
I just opened it up.
Okay,
I picked to add to athletics.
good. A lot of those are based off of your stats.
Other yeah,
Yeah, because they sort of how D&D uses like
I can
your
min max.
your modifiers for these the same. You can just train yourself in those to become more proficient. And sometimes you have to be trained in order to roll a check. And sometimes you have to be like a master or like one of the higher levels, which you would get at higher levels.
I think I'm gonna put the last ones into survival and then nature
Okay,
and occultism. So yeah, those are gonna be mine.
sweet. So for you, I think you need to go to your spell book.
Else.
Yeah, go to the
Okay.
spells tab and work on that. Jack,
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm gonna switch
Yes,
back
sir.
over to you. Have you thought about any of the skills you want to train yourself in?
I was thinking probably diplomacy.
Okay. But maybe you want to do
So,
thievery so you guys can like pick locks and stuff.
yeah, that'd be good.
Um,
Gr- I almost said grave robs. Rob graves.
grave robs, yes, you got it.
Rob zombie.
Rob, zombie Rob. I'm gonna crack open a cold one real quick. Hold on.
Oh, what kind of cold one do you have,
It's
Mister
PP. Nurse PP.
Dr. Pepper? Nurse PP. Dr. PP.
Dr. PP.
Still got 2 left.
Yeah, and I think you get an extra as well because of your whole setup.
Mm-hmm. I'll throw one into nature.
Okay.
I feel like that could be useful.
Actually, hold on. Cloud, you said you put one into nature?
I did.
Never
So,
mind.
yeah. I would maybe society, religion, might be a good one.
Rel-
I mean,
something fun.
skeleton
Something funny about the skeleton
skeleton
with
found
the
religion.
religion buff.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it.
For the memes. Do it.
And like I said, I'll try to build a character that takes care of like anything you guys don't have. You could probably go intimidation because you are that's a charisma
A
based stat.
skeleton.
A
Yeah,
spooky skeleton.
you're a spooky
Yeah,
skeleton.
that would
Cool.
be good.
So go ahead, hit finished there, and then you have the extra tab where you get one more skill buff. See
Where is
where?
that?
So right next to where you have the, I'm pointing uh at my
At the
screen,
screen.
like that helps. But you see where
Yeah.
the where you like the gear for the skills and
Oh
everything
yeah,
were?
yeah, yeah.
You get one
Duh.
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just pick
You
one.
know what? Stealth.
Stealth is very important.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then you guys get some additional buffs from your heritage and your ancestry. And then I think you get to choose a muse, Jack. You get some extra fun stuff.
A
So
muse?
yeah,
Yeah, for your bardness.
yeah. So let's
Oh.
Cloud, what have you been doing?
I'm going through the spells still. I'm selecting what I want. I
Okay.
settled on Phase Bolt for one, but I haven't picked anything else yet.
So you got four choices for a muse. This sort
I
of
was hoping I would be able to like type in something specific,
okay.
but just be like my muse is corpse grinder.
Well, I I think the only thing these do is, I mean, we can make one of these be corpse grinder, like just
Let's see.
skin it if any of
Right.
these sound like something.
Let's go with Maestro.
Maestro, okay.
Yeah.
You get lingering. Oh, lingering composition is really good with bards when you have a performance. Normally, like when you end your performance, the buff is done that turn. Like if you don't re-up your buff, but if you have lingering composition or lingering performance, the buff will continue for a little bit after you're done.
Landon, I have a question.
Yes, I'm going to switch over to your screen.
Uh, when it comes to movement, what does a stride mean?
Stride is just the action of movement. So that is basically your stride action would take one of your three actions that you get each turn. And you can move up to 25 feet. Well, you can move up to your movement speed, which is usually by default 25.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Then I want warp step. That sounds cool.
Does that add to your stride?
Cast Somatic Verbal.
Okay.
It's a cantrip conjuration. When you walk, the earth warps beneath your feet. Your steps extend, distance contracts, and everything is just a little bit closer. You gain a plus 5 foot radius bonus to your speed until the end of your turn. You then stride twice. You can use warp step to burrow, climb, fly, or swim instead of stride if you have the corresponding movement type.
Stride twice? Hold on. Those are the four
Oh boy,
different
there's a lot.
schools. Yeah, there's four different schools for spells, arcane, divine, occult, and primal. And so that's sort of where the schools of like arcana, religion, occultism, and nature come in. Because stuff falls under like one of those a lot of times. Wow. Is that
That's
all
cool.
for one?
For one spell action, it looks like.
What the fuck?
Yeah, right?
I do know a lot of spells take two actions. So
Yeah.
that might be
It's
why you
I
get
was gonna
to
s-
stride twice.
yeah,
Okay.
probably something like that.
Okay. No, that's
But
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
just pick. These are just my cantrips so
okay.
far. I
Well,
haven't
read
even
them
picked
off
my
for
spell level
us.
one. So far I've picked Phase Bolt. First one is spell attack +6. It is 1d4 +3 or 1d4. Uh, it's a cantrip. Cast Somatic Verbal, range 30 feet, targets one creature. You point your finger and project a bolt of magical energy that stutters in and out of phase until it reaches the target. Make a ranged spell attack roll against your target's AC. If the target has any circumstance bonuses to AC, such as from a shield or cover, Reduce that bonus by 2 for this attack. On a
Nice.
success, you deal 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier piercing damage. On a critical success, the target takes double damage.
So something I should explain real quick is how critical success and critical fumbles work in this game.
Right.
We're used to D&D 5e because we had a mini campaign about that, where you had to roll a natural 20 or a natural 1 for it to qualify as one of those. Pathfinder 2e works a little bit different. You are given DCs for all your stuffs. And if you roll, so let's say you are trying to attack a monster with like a melee attack. If you
Yeah.
roll 10 above their AC, that is a critical hit. So you get to do
Oh,
double
wow.
damage. If you roll 10 below, that is a critical fumble. So you don't have to just roll like a natural 1 or a natural 20 to get the bonus.
Yeah, you have a range that you can hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I honestly like a lot from my experience.
I picked Daze, which is a
Oh, the
range of 60 feet.
Days is really good.
Yeah. You cloud the target's mind and daze it with a mental jolt. The jolt deals mental damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. The target must attempt a basic will save, and if they critically fail to save, it's also stunned 1. So I picked those and then warp step. So I got to pick one more.
Okay. And then Jack, did you whoop, I clicked your icon again instead of this.
You just really want to see my face.
I really do. Did you pick your ancestry feat?
No, I picked my heritage.
Okay. Yeah, we decided on that. What are you thinking about as far as ancestry feat goes? I will say collapse is fun because you get
Yeah,
to not
that's
take
kind of what I was.
you get to basically not take damage and you get to fall to the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like. I do like play dead, but collapse is also
Okay. Well, I will say
just like fall
if
apart.
if you want to like if you change your mind before we start, that's fine. Um I'm not holding you guys to what you pick directly for like specific feats and stuff right now. So I think you get to move on to spells.
I misread this one. That's called needle darts. I misread it as noodle darts, and I'm kind of disappointed.
I
Noodle
mean,
darts.
if you want to repurpose it as noodle darts, where it just fires off spaghetti at people.
All right, I picked my spells. Now I got to do heritage.
Okay, yeah, let's switch over to you. You have something. Yeah, just I would just keep it to the common ones for the heritage because there's a lot. And these are the ones that will
Gotcha.
like actually like mean something to you being an android. Oh, is that the laser vision one? Oh
Um,
no, that might be ancestry feat. Never mind, sorry. I know
I picked ancestry
androids
feat.
there's like something where some guys can get um like laser vision, but it might be at a like a higher level. Or I might be thinking of a different ancestry. Hold on.
I was gonna say there's
Oh, it's
yeah,
under
it shows you.
automaton. Automaton is the one that gets the ancestry feat of energy beam.
Ah,
You can shoot out a fucking laser from your eyes.
amazing.
Yep.
Optic blast.
Oh, is that for you?
I'm looking through what I want.
Okay.
I was making a reference to Cyclops from X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
He has the laser optic blast.
Optic blast. Night vision's cool because then you get to see in the dark. You don't have to worry about a torch or anything. You have low light, but then there's like different levels of light. There's normal light, low light, and then dark. Dark would be like
Right.
pitch black,
Too
but
dark for me. Yeah.
yeah. So that might but you automatically get low light, but you would be able to get like nighttime vision so you could just
Oh yeah,
see in the dark.
night
Yeah.
vision adaptation. You know what?
So
Screw it. We do that.
do you think your character will have a shield at all?
Um to be honest, probably not, because I did pick a bastard sword, so it'd probably make more sense to just only use the bastard sword and, you know, go with
Okay.
that. Because I also have a skill that, like, if I put the bastard sword away and I don't have a weapon, I can target two things instead of one. So
Huh, okay.
yeah.
Then I would say skip the sparkling terrain.
The sparkling targ.
Targ, yeah. Uh
You gain the shield block turn off. Yeah, no.
yeah. If you're not gonna go with shields, then don't worry about that.
Inexorable iron seems pretty cool.
Uh, Use spell
If
strike. You make a ranged weapon or unarmed strike as long as the target is within first range increment of your range weapon. Range attack. Oh, that's if you're using a range. And
Yeah,
that's you're not
inexorable
doing
iron
them.
is when you have melee weapon in two hands, you gain temporary hit points equal to half your level, minimum one.
Dude, that's cool. So you
Yeah,
basically will almost always have at
an extra
least
hit point.
one hit point.
Yep.
That can be huge.
I mean, that makes up for the fact that I didn't have any extra stuff that goes into Constitution. So,
There you go. Yeah. Cool. So we got that. Jack, are we looking at still looking at spells?
There's so many.
There are. Cloud for your character. Um I would go to the actions page and find spell strike because that's what you're going to be doing a lot, essentially.
frequency until recharge. You channel a spell into a punch or sword thrust to deliver a combined attack. You cast a spell that takes one or two actions to cast and requires a spell attack roll. The effects of the spell don't occur immediately but are imbued into your attack instead. Make a melee strike with a weapon or unarmed attack. Your spell is coupled with your attack, using your attack roll result to determine the effects of both the strike and the spell. This counts as two attacks for your multiple attack penalty, but you don't apply the penalty until after you've completed the spell strike. The infusion of spell energy grants your strike the arcane trait, making it magical. Neat.
So, yeah, basically that's what you would be doing a lot is spell strike itself is two actions and basically you get to combine your spell and your attack
In a
action
in a regular attack.
as one.
Oh hell yeah! Let's go.
So that's basically like what that is saying. And so you would roll your attack for your spell, and then you would roll your strike, um, and then you basically get to do damage for both. And then if you take an additional attack action after that, you would have to take the multiple attack penalty afterward. Basically, you can in a lot of these games or like in the past, you could only do like one attack action until you hit a certain level, and then you could start doing more attack actions.
So in this version, you get to start in a way that you can just start doing this stuff right from the beginning.
Yes. Yeah. So
Nice.
basically,
That's fun.
it's the three action economy. A lot of things cost like one or two actions. A lot of spells will cast two actions. You can have some that do only cost one. You can have some that cost three. Um, but then like your stride action, which is that 25 movement, you know, you moving counts as an action. You drawing a weapon counts as one of your actions. So on and so forth. So basically you just have to think of your action economy where at the beginning of each of your turns you get 3 actions. There are ways to get more actions. Certain buffs will give you that, but and then yeah, if you decide if you want to attack multiple times, you just basically there is a penalty that is baked into it. If you go to um like if you go to your weapons, because you picked a weapon, right?
Yeah, I picked a bastard sword.
If you go to where it says hit and then it has that plus, um
Okay.
if you highlight over that, it gives you your
Yeah, it
map.
says attack one, one, attack two, attack three.
Yeah. So
Map minus
basically,
five. Okay.
yeah, so your map, your multiple attack penalty is you start off with your normal bonus of plus 4 to your roll. And then if you do a second attack, take a -1 to whatever you roll.
Okay.
Because it's a -5 every time. And then your third attack would be at a -6. So if you do a spell strike, like one of those spell strikes, you
Yep.
basically get to do your 2 attacks, but at your normal roll. And then if you did a third one, it'd be like -6 or whatever.
Yeah, for me it's attack one is +7, attack two would be +2, so I still get positive, but then attack three is -3.
Yeah. So usually for your third action, you would want to do something else that's like, or like you want to start your actions by doing like an intimidate check or a recall knowledge,
Okay.
and then do your other actions as like your big attack actions, or you can do like your third action as an aid action or something. Yeah, we'll get into it when we actually start playing. But it's just stuff to think about while you're like going through. Um, so yeah, go ahead and pick. Did you pick your armor?
Uh yeah, I have mage armor.
Okay. And then did you pick up
It's
any
the
gear?
one that stuck out. I have not picked any gear yet.
Then what have you been working on?
That was the last thing I did. I did the mage armor, and
Okay,
before that I was looking at the spell strike, and then I picked select hybrid study and all that, so
cool. So then
I have
yeah, you're on
computer.
gear. Jack,
This
what's
is the question.
I
I think it also it gives you your like how much gold you start off with. So you can spend up to that. But yeah, Jack, are you still looking at you're still looking at spells?
well I picked up my cantrips.
Nice. And we're
Um
still working on your like level 1 spells.
yeah.
Cool. Anything fun?
I only just got here, honestly.
Okay.
The it's so overwhelming the amount of choices that you have for gear.
I know.
I have no idea what to pick.
Is there an option for um like adventurers gear or something?
That's the default one.
Adventures
There's
pack?
under gear. Adventures pack. Yeah, there's adventures pack.
That should give you like some of the basic stuff that you would need for gear. So, adventures pack, it's going to contain you get the
Boring
backpack.
shit.
Yeah, but sometimes boring shit helps. Like 50 feet of rope.
True.
Yeah. You guys might not need 2 weeks of rations because you're an android. Well, you might. But
And, and the other one's a skeleton.
Jack is a skeleton, but you never know. You could probably throw a week's of or like 1 day's like thing of rations to distract an enemy. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I would say if you have the gold healing potions of lesser, nope, those are 12 gold pieces.
Wow.
Um
I love how they gave me exactly one less than enough to buy one of those. I have
um
11.
damn, is that after buying stuff?
before buying anything. I have 11 gold.
Really? You only have 11 gold.
Yep.
Man, sucks to be
I'm a
you.
poor robot.
Yeah. Oh, because you bought weapons and armor. That's why.
It said they were 0 GP. Oh, that did change what I had to start with though, so
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's probably why. Well, who knows? Maybe you'll be able to find a potion of lesser healing. Have you guys thought about names at all yet?
For our
Um,
characters,
Yeah. No, your name. Have you thought
um,
about your name recently? Like how your parent named you Jack? Like, why?
I mean, I know why.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes, for your character. Have you thought about
um,
name for your character?
I've thought about it for a little bit, but I'm trying to focus on.
Okay. Keep looking at the spells. Cloud, have you thought about name of your character at all?
I have not, to be honest.
Okay. That's fine. I'll just call you both Unknown Adventurer A and Unknown Adventurer B.
Which one is which?
I hell if I know. Look at your character sheet. You tell me.
I could be. You know what? I have a dumb name. I'm an android, so I'm gonna roll with it. My name is gonna be M4-6U5 because it looks like Magus. that, that's my name. M46U5.
And do we just say Magus?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's awesome.
I was like, what can I make that sounds androidy? And I was like, well, the androids in Near Automata are literally just letters and numbers, so I'll come up with something.
Well, I can't wait to for you to introduce your character to the person.
Yeah.
Cloud, it looks like you have one skill training that you have not filled in.
Oh. Oh shit.
Not that
I
I'm
didn't
trying to be
come up.
nosy or anything.
I didn't even realize that I had that. You know what? What's one that you don't have, Jack,
What's one that I don't have? What?
for skill training?
Um, what were
Just
you
list off
thinking?
some. Just list
Okay.
off some stuff you have that are untrained.
Acrobatics, Arcana, Athletics, Crafting. Let's see.
Perfect. I'm picking crafting because that's the one that I have the biggest modifier in already, so I may as well double down on it.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Minecrafting.
I am a Minecraft android.
Perfect. Okay. Did I distract you from your spending of gear
Um,
of money on gear?
yeah, I'm literally trying to figure out whether or not, like how much each thing is like even
Oh yeah,
worth
because
factored in.
you have to like open it. It does tell you, I think, when you go to like add gear, how much some of the stuff is. I think the number on the
It,
side is like the bulk of the item.
The
okay.
number here on the
Yeah.
right side with like the no, that's it's I think it's like a level requirement because
Oh.
it was also on the on a bunch of like skills and like spells and stuff like that
Oh,
too.
it's
So
the item level.
it's
It's not level
yeah.
requirement, it's that item's level. Because that
Okay.
comes into play when you're calculating certain DCs and stuff. It'll go based off of the
Oh,
item
okay.
level. So like a
Gotcha.
cloning potion which is level 18. Um but technically if you a level 1 character had 5,000 gold pieces, you could potentially use that.
I just like to point out this spell. and
Let me
how I choose to interpret it.
let me switch over to you real
Uh,
quick. All
there's a
right.
spell called Fashionista, which reads, the target's clothes are transformed into ostentatious attire that epitomizes high-end local fashion. No details of the target's appearance transforms other than their clothes, so their weapons or armor remain unchanged in appearance. I could give people tap-out shirts.
You could give everyone a tap out shirt.
Exactly.
That's a level
Oh,
1
my
spell.
What? I don't know. I literally don't know what this does.
Fashionista.
Like, yeah.
Um
At the Let's see. The target gains a +1 status bonus on deceptions checks to make a distraction.
so you would use that on, say, Cloud's character,
Yeah.
Magus. And
Mhm.
then you could basically give him a tap out shirt, and then that
Uh-huh.
would help him with deception checks.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
I'll think about it. Oh
Um,
my god, Landon, I can mind hack people.
Mine hack.
There's okay. Mind link.
Mind crush.
Mind link. You link your mind to the target's mind and mentally impart to that target an amount of information that is in an instant that could otherwise be communicated in 10 minutes.
That's
I
cool.
can mind hack people.
You could mine hack Cloud.
I'm kind of tempted to go with that.
Man,
That
that's
seems
cool.
yeah, fuck it.
Just, just tell a random like enemy the government is funding large corporations, and they'll be like, "What?"
I just like play the last 10 minutes of Metal Gear Solid 2
There you go.
in their head and they're like, "What the fuck was that?"
Just show the ending of End of Evangelion.
um Thankfully for your muse spells, you only get one choice. Cool. So can you go over your spells real quick?
Like what I picked?
Yeah.
Okay. I picked Shield. Pretty basic one. You raise
Excellent.
a magical shield of force. This is using the raise a shield action, giving you a +1 circumstance bonus to AC until the start of your next turn, but it doesn't require a hand to use. Um, while the
Really
spell is in
useful.
effect, you can use the shield block reaction with your magic shield. The shield has hardness 5. After you use shield block, the spell ends and you can't cast it again for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Um, I picked noodle darts,
Excellent.
which is
Spaghetti blast.
it's the spaghetti blast, spaghetti punch.
Is
Um,
that how your character sounds?
he just sounds like Donkey.
Yeah. Maybe it was Donkey who died.
Oh my god. Um,
Jack
but
is
yeah,
actually
that's
playing as Sans Undertale.
neat.
So yeah. What else did you
Yeah,
pick?
that one's. I picked summon instrument just because that sounds fun.
Okay.
You materialize a handheld musical instrument in your grasp. The instrument is typical for its type, but it plays only for you. The instrument vanishes within when the spell ends. If you cast
Oh my
summon instrument
god,
again,
it's Demix's sitar from Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know what that means and I hate
I
it.
don't know what that means, and I also hate it.
It's the
Uh,
his fucking weapon that he uses when he's like, "Dance, water, dance." He like materializes it and dematerializes it.
That's gross. You should change your choice, Jack.
uh, yeah, I think I
Yeah.
might.
You're like, I don't want this anymore. You're
um,
like, this is no longer cool. This is cringe.
thanks, Cloud.
You're welcome.
We have electric arc.
Ooh, classic.
Uh,
Classic.
classic. And haunting hymn.
Ooh.
You echo a jarring hymn that only creatures in the area can hear. The hymn deals sonic damage equal to your spellcasting modifier with a basic fortitude save. If a target critically fails the save, it's also deafened for 1 minute.
Ooh, nice. Cool. And then
For my
those
spells,
yeah, what's your level 1 spells?
picked heal because it just kind of makes sense to have.
Perfect.
I know, right? It's a pretty crazy one. And I picked mind hack,
Yeah.
which is what I'm gonna call it.
We saw that.
And then my muse spell is soothe. You grace the target's mind, boosting its mental defenses and healing its wounds. The target regains 1d10 plus 4 hit points when you cast the spell and gains a +2 status bonus to any save. Actually, do I need this and heal?
Yes.
Okay.
Trust me. Um the way healing works in Pathfinder, having two different spells that do healing properties, you're going to want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough for me.
Cool. And then you just need to pick your weapons, armor, gear, and I think that's it. Let's jump over to Cloud really quick. Cloud,
Hi.
where are we at with you?
I got a couple minor healing potions. I got a dueling cape.
Cool.
I got some. I got the adventurers kit just because I didn't have anything better to do. I also bought a mug just because I felt like having a mug.
Hell yeah.
It was like 1 copper. It was 1 copper point. I figured why not.
Nice. Do you have anything to pick under your feats tab?
Let's find out.
Does it, or does it just have all your feats in there?
Yeah, it just lists my feats.
Okay, cool.
So I have night vision adaptation, hefty hauler, and multilingual.
I just wanted to make sure there was nothing needed to select because if there was something remaining that needed to happen, it'll yell at you there.
Right.
Cool. I think. Well, do you want to have a pet?
No.
Okay, so then you don't need to worry about that. And then yeah, you have armor. You have weapons. You picked out your gear. You have all your spells. Um,
Yeah.
is there anything for you under focus? Can you go to your spells actually real quick?
Yes.
Um,
I
you
have
pick
thunderous strike.
you picked out a focus
Is
spell.
that well?
Okay.
It came with an inexorable iron.
Okay, and then what's under rituals?
Good question. Nothing.
Okay, I don't think you need anything, so that's fine. Okay, so I think the last thing you need to do is just make a name. Oh, wait, you did a
Okay.
name. Never mind. I
No,
think
I
you're
did a
done.
name.
Um,
Jack is the one that needs one.
yeah, I think you are good to go. So
I still need
let's
to pick out all my other shit.
yeah. Um, I mean, if you want to go through all of that, um, off screen, let me see what the bard can use. The bard can use simple weapons, long spear, rapier, sap, short bow, short sword, whips, or they can do unarmed attacks. And then you, for defenses, you can only use light armor. You can't use any of the mediums or heavies.
I can use a frying pan.
Could use a frying. Is that a simple weapon?
Yeah.
You could be the skeleton that uses the frying pan.
Shit, there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Maybe I should just do it off screen.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I spent enough time looking through my spells.
Yeah. So, do you want to save a name for when we begin? Or did you think of an idea?
You know what? I know.
Say,
I thought of a name.
Oh,
what's the name?
Yuck.
Chuck. Good answer, Steve.
Good answer, Steve.
Can I tell a small story because that is literally a name I was given during my friend's D&D campaign. So, we had a D&D campaign and I made a character who ultimately was similar to this that I'm doing now. Like they were like an android. They weren't a spellcaster though. They're like a different kind of fighter. I don't remember exact specifics. But basically I based the character off of Cosmos from Xenosaga. But I named them something like a character from a Toho game that only had like one name. They didn't have like two names, so I just went with the one name. And my friend was like, "Yeah, that's too hard to pronounce. I'm gonna call you Chuck." My character was a female android, by the way. He was like,
Nice.
"Yeah, I know your name's Chuck." So my
Wow.
character's name was just Chuck the whole time.
Wow.
And there was a running gag where because Chuck was an android and she didn't understand like societal norms, she would constantly go into like this tent with his character and you just hear shouting, but it was literally just them like sparring, like they were fighting each other, like they weren't like doing anything lewd.
But
But
people
everybody would
thought
always
so.
think everybody would always think something was happening.
Good.
All right, there is a reasoning behind it because Chuck is the vocalist for, or was anyway before he died, the vocalist for the band Death, which is, you know,
So
one of the more popular death metal bands of all time.
so Chuck is being brought back to life in the form of this character who is a skeleton.
No, it's a different person. Just is just it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
His name's Chuck.
It's just a
When
Yeah.
coincidence.
does Chuck know anything about his past life, or is he still? Or I should ask, what are your character's pronouns?
Uh, he, him, I
Okay,
guess.
I mean,
Um,
My
it's,
but
character is probably they them.
okay.
it is a robot.
It's an android. They don't know what gender is.
I mean,
I'm
it
guessing
could
there's not
be.
a place to put that.
You could put it like in parentheses in the character's name.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have an androgynous android.
Okay, so I just want to ask for Chuck, does he remember anything about his past life at all?
Very, very little.
Okay.
He knows
Um,
enough to know his name.
okay.
Or
So
maybe
Chuck,
the name was given to him. I don't know.
that I was gonna say, Chuck was his
I think it would be more mysterious if he didn't know where the name came from.
Maybe maybe he named himself after Chuck.
okay. All right. And then Cloud, do you know anything about what Magus did before um the start of the adventure?
Uh, well, considering their background as an emissary, they probably did a bunch of like odd adventuring jobs for whoever would hire them. And by hire, I mean kind of enlist them because they're an android. That's what they're constructed to do. And that's why the unit is named M465.
Okay. So like they did mostly emissarial mercenary work.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, like I said, I'm gonna roll up a third character that these two knuckleheads get to meet when we start. We are going to do the beginner box. That should be going live on October 1st for Spookfest on our Patreon. Once again, you can get access to that for at our $6 tier. You also get included with the monthly paid videos. You get to vote in any of our polls, and yeah, you get to vote in our polls. We will have some polls for our Spookfest. Probably that'll go up after this video's up, but before that video that goes up on the 1st. So if you want to decide some of our streaming content for Spookfest, namely what I will be doing, because there is a choice between two games that'll be giving our patrons an ability for, go ahead and check out patreon.com/GamingStooges. Just remember, we have that podcast that you can check up on most of your podcast needs. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check out the rest of this YouTube channel. You can check out all our
Yeah.
stream VODs. Jack sometimes remembers to put those up.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes. And
I put up a few a week.
yeah,
Join our Discord.
we have the Discord as well. You can get hyped behind Magus and Chuck and their mysterious third. We'll just call them that for now. I literally have to build them.
Third.
Third.
Their
Yeah.
name is just gonna be Third.
Thank you so much, you two, for entertaining me. I cannot wait until the Legend of Heroes tabletop RPG comes out, so I force this upon you once more for that.
Nice.
Lord help you, and Godspeed. Cloud, is there's anything else? You go ahead and take it away.
No, I think that about covers it. Check our descriptions for our links, and we will see you guys around. Hopefully, on whatever else you decide to see us for. Thank you all, and good night. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.